Yo! What it is?
Must be Friday. And you back at home right there too. So just you got some different energy now. We ain't
I'm in my own element.
They're whispering so much when we doing our cast. Yeah, ain't doing that.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Hardwood Knuckleheads. It's episode 23 up in this jaunt.
We at Jordan time now. Let's go.
Yeah. It's your boy King and Garnett. And we here, man. So what's up?
Hey, how you doing, man? Hey, this is well. Hold on. Let's get into how your games went like this week, because I got some poultry wars to talk about over here at the house. Has been going on.
Poultry wars.
Oh yeah, no, it's getting crazy. Getting crazy. It's getting crazy. No, but before I go into that, let me just no. What happened? Like what's going on? Fill us in on the week, man. How'd the games go?
Hey, I will. Before I do that though, because we always wait till late. If y'all watching the show right now, okay? If y'all sitting here watching us on YouTube, there's a damn button.
Oh, here we go. He angry again.
And I need y'all to freaking hit the subscribe and like button right below the screen. I know it's there. I can't see it right now, but I know it's there. There's a little right and a subscribe button. You need to hit that. Hit it right now. Smash
this one and then hit the bell, right?
Yes.
Bell on, yeah, right.
And that bell and the notification bell. Hit that one too.
Notification, right.
Smash it. Smash it like you. Well, you know.
Yeah, that's I'm
gonna leave it at that. All right. Yeah, man. So man, we had we've gotten through 2 games of the week. We got a third tonight. We won on Tuesday. Last night was a big game. We played Higley, who just literally beat our ass a couple weeks ago.
Right.
And so, and after that, like we've been going through it, kind of out of sync, kind of lost our confidence, all that stuff. And so last night was senior night at our place. And it was a get back game. You know how those go. And so we played well, man. I mean, I couldn't have been prouder about these guys. They played their tails off. We ended up winning by a good margin. And we needed it. We needed it for our confidence. We needed it for the rankings headed into playoffs. But it was just, and the place was packed. I mean, it was probably, I don't even know what our gym holds, but I'd probably say there was probably a good 1,800 people there.
All of it. Nice.
Yeah, it was packed. It was packed, man. So the students came out. They was all hyped up, and we, the kids executed the game plan. We just, we got it done, man. So I got a good feeling about where we are. Tonight's another big night because we got to go on the road, and we are somebody else's senior night game.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're on the other side of it tonight. But I think, we just needed one of those games, like a game that was going to be tough, but a game we should win. But in the back of our minds, like, you have that 30-point beat down from a couple weeks ago. You know what I mean? So look, my computer be talking to me, bro. I don't understand it. Why is it every time we try to do a podcast, my other screens be talking to me?
I'm trying to say something.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So things is good. Things is good.
So so a couple weeks ago you guys played them. You guys didn't play them as well as like you guys wanted to, obviously.
No.
Yesterday you guys had them again at home, senior night, all the emotions that kind of go with that as well there too. Yep. Starting out with different lineups and things like that there, because obviously you're trying to honor your seniors. So you know what I mean? There's a whole aspect that kind of comes with that. You want to recognize those guys that have been there with the program to kind of help build it to the point to where you guys are at. So you want to honor them on that night and stuff. What'd you guys do differently in this game versus like the last game, that you guys were able to really kind of flip it? I mean, you know what I mean? Losing by that much in one game to turn around and then like flip it on top of its head right there. Obviously there were some adjustments that were made in the game. What'd you guys do?
Yeah, and I told you this pre-show. As high school coaches, I know I am. I watch a lot of film, right? But sometimes as a high school coach, life gets in the way, right? And so I remember 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago when we played them over their place, like I had an idea of how things were going to go, right? And it went totally sideways. And
right.
and so like I literally came out of that game probably with that coach feeling. You know it as a coach, like you messed up. You were not prepared.
Right.
And so I was like, I'm not doing that. We're not going to have that situation. So I watched some film. I saw some things on film that I was like, we could take advantage of. We mixed up our defenses. That was the biggest thing last night. Last game we were probably more of a 90% man in that game. This game we kind of flipped it. We showed them some zone looks and it confused them. I think they weren't ready for it. And because of that, I think we were able to stifle their offense. They weren't as the movement wasn't as good as it normally was. And our guys just really played gaps well. So we kept the ball out of the paint, kind of made them a jump shooting team. So it was just a good all around performance by everybody. All the kids played well, and it's cool because you have a couple seniors. We had a couple seniors. Our leading scorer Aiden Smith had a really good game. Shout out to Aiden. He had 28.
Wow, nice.
Kalen Brown had I think he had a double. Actually, I don't know the stats for sure, but I know he had a double.
Yeah, that boy be eating the glass. I just know.
Yeah,
I saw him.
A monster last night.
Yeah.
So those two had a really good game. Amari chipped in. He's still struggling with his shot a little bit. Just something's just a little bit off, but he was able to get knock some shots down, which I hope helps him going forward. But defensively was where it was at. I mean, we won the game there.
Right.
So yeah, man, it was just cool. It's cool to see kids execute a game plan, manage their emotions. Shoot, I probably was the most emotional. I love it. I love senior night.
But it's not. Yeah, at the same time,
I'm one of them coaches that wears my emotions on my sleeve. So like,
you get invested in your guys, man. You get invested.
Yeah. Right. So pregame, I'm losing it. I'm a hot mess, and then I start pacing like I'm like I start pacing on the sideline during pregame introductions like I'm
right. No, you ain't got nowhere to sit. You're just like, man, sit down.
I'm like, let's go. So, but it was cool, man. It was a good win. So
senior nights are always, really interesting because again, there's so many emotions, you know what I mean, that are kind of like that. Like you got all your underclassmen that want to, help the seniors end on like a good note at home. You know what I mean? And so, so they want to go out there and they want to go play. Plus the seniors, they don't want to lose at home either. You know what I mean? It being like their last game and stuff or whatever. So then they've got those emotions going on. And so it's always, those ones are always tricky games right there too, because you got so much emotion at the beginning of the game that could swing one way or the other, depending on, if you're, just in the moment and stuff. You know what I mean? And then I think you said, you guys tonight have a game on the road.
Yeah.
And it's going to be another team senior night there too, right? So it's like, so it's like where last night where you guys took care of business on, like on the road or whatever. Now it's going to be flipped because that team's going to want to do what you guys just did to you guys tonight. So it's interesting just trying to just kind of like prepare for that. So how do you guys in like your pre-games and stuff or whatever, especially if it's on like a senior night, because it's always a different night. How do you guys you guys approach that one any differently than you guys do with other games?
I mean, there is a different approach because typically on senior night we'll have a faculty member or another coach on campus come in and talk. Last night we had Coach Denny, who is like freaking phenomenal. Like shout out to Coach Denny. He's our baseball coach.
Okay.
Our baseball program is loaded. I mean, they got dudes everywhere, and he's been there. This is his third year as well. He's won state titles at different schools, but they won a state title last year.
Oh, nice.
So he came in and spoke to the guys, and the message that he communicated was what I think the kids needed to hear. And then after that, we had a game plan. The kids had to walk through during the day. And so we were like locked in. And so we kept it nice and short. Like we hit maybe 2-3 things and we were like, yo, this is your time. Let's go get this done.
Exactly right. Yeah.
They're already fired up as it is.
Right.
Like
absolutely.
It's like holding the dogs back.
Right. And then exactly. Right.
You gotta let them go. You gotta
let them go because they already know what they're trying to do. They already got the game plan. They know what they're trying to do.
Yeah. So it was cool, man. It was cool. It just worked out and it was a great night all around. So
So you guys got tonight then? Who you guys got tonight?
We are at Campo Verde. So
Campo, that's one of those newer ones there too. Okay, right.
Yeah. So we got to go over there tonight and try to get things done. So
and how are they usually typically? I mean, how have they been this year?
They won state last year. They lost a lot of seniors. So they're kind of in a, I wouldn't say rebuilding mode, but it's a different team. The coach left, so it's a new coach, new system. But they're always tough, man. And like Higley is like our rival. Like so, last night was like senior night plus rivalry game, right?
Right.
So tonight is like it's their senior night, and there is somewhat of a rivalry with Campo. So it's almost like back to back. It is. It really is back to back. You know what I mean?
Which takes a lot of a lot of exhaustion. It takes it brings out of you because those are emotional games right there too. Like what I mean, playing like one game is like one thing. If it's just a preseason game or if it's an early conference game with a team that you guys might be on the higher side, they might be on the lower side. You don't always approach those ones the same. When it's like when it's a rivalry game, you already know that the stakes are just that much higher. You can like feel the tension in the air like during the warm. You know what I mean? Like you can't wait to go. So it's like, but having that on back-to-back nights there too, it's like, oh wow, man. Like are you guys going to be able to bring the same emotion for this game as you did last night and stuff there too? So that's always
the good thing. The good thing about it is, and because I feel like this will be the case. I mean, last night it was a packed house, and we've had good crowds all year, but last night was crazy. Like last night it was as the kids say, it was lit. It was lit. You know what I mean? So and it's going to be that way tonight. So the experience of last night is going to help us tonight. And I think the win last night and kind of make, having some atonement from that previous loss, the kids are in a different headspace now. And so I don't want to get ahead of our skis and all like that and say, be overconfident, but I feel like last night was like just what we needed headed into this last game.
Exactly right. So then what happens after this? I mean, does playoffs start next week?
Nah, man, it's crazy. I looked at the schedule and I didn't even realize this till like last week. Damn, playoffs. So like next week we'll be off. We'll literally be off for like 12 days.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So
that's crazy.
Not ideal, but because like next week teams are still finishing up their regular season. So
you guys already done.
Games. So yeah, we'll have a whole week off, which
good or bad?
Good and bad. Like we got guys that are beat up that need some rest. We've nursing some injuries, so like we could use the rest. You know what I mean? So we'll just have to manage that. Like just have to make sure we manage it the right way and be ready to go come playoff time. There's a lot of movement going on with the rankings. We don't even know where we're going to be.
Right.
So yeah, man, it's crazy. But I was like, damn, we got a whole damn 12 days off.
I was gonna say having like that much time off, just like you said earlier, it can be like good or bad there too. I mean, obviously you want to kind of nurse the guys, guys, battling through the nick, like the little nick injuries here and there and things like that.
Yeah.
So, but on like a practice side or whatever, like for you guys, like how do you guys pace that when there's such a big gap in such an important part of the season, though? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you guys have been rolling, and then now, like you guys kind of had that little skid for a little bit, and then now you guys are back on the up. Now, how do you guys keep that momentum when there's no games coming up for about a week and a half? What do you guys? I mean, like how do you guys structure the practices? Like, you know what I mean? Like how does that work for you guys?
I'm assuming. I mean, we haven't talked about it because we're just trying to get through this week. But I know after tonight we'll talk about it. I'm sure we're going to give the guys some days off and probably get back to it midweek next week. We may have some days where we just come in and shoot. Just get some shots up. Really try to correct some of the things that we are. The guys are missing shots and correct all that stuff. Just skill work, right? And then get back to some practices in the latter part of next week. because we won't even know we won't know who we're playing until next Saturday, right? So we'll be watching rankings and trying to assume and try to get film on a bunch of teams just so we're prepared.
But you guys won't even know who you play though, so it's like
we won't know. We won't know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So it is going to be a weird week in the sense of that, but it is what it is. It is what it is, man.
Right.
So yeah, man. Yo, all right. We back. Hey, everybody. That's the first in the Hardwood Knuckleheads. We had some technical difficulties and we had to pause for a second. That was kind of weird. But we back though. We back. So
and then that was right. Yeah,
that was like I said, that's a first.
Like each time that we keep doing this, new things are gonna happen or whatever. Again, it's just a journey that we're taking, y'all. So y'all on it with us. So just this is just what it's like. We don't never know what's happening. It's just it's just gonna happen.
It's just gonna happen. So yeah, man, senior nights, good nights, and can't be bad. But last night was good for us, so I'm happy. We moving forward, and we'll see what the playoffs turn out to be. Like I said, we won't find out till next Saturday, but we'll be prepared, man. And it was cool because one of the messages that Coach Denny had spoke to the kids about is like, yo, we're heading into that part of the season where you got to win a game that you're not supposed to win, right? And even to a certain extent, last night was a game that a lot of people after the 2 weeks ago, they were like,
wrote you guys off. Right.
Yeah, and then we lost a game that we absolutely shouldn't have lost to, right? To Casteel.
Right.
I mean, I was getting messages like, what the hell's going on over there? I'm like, yo, we kind of going through it, you know what I mean? Right. So last night was one of those games like, you got to win it. People may not think you're supposed to win it, but you got to win it. And then heading into the playoffs, like Arizona's crazy this year. There's like a ton of good teams. There's a so-called elite group, with like Perry and like Sunny Slope and like Desert Mountain. And I could name a couple others. And if I haven't named you, don't get all disrespected.
Right,
y'all coaches know me. Don't be coming at me, coaches. I know y'all.
Right.
But like there's a tier of teams, and then there's a group of other teams that are good, and I think we're in that group, right? But like if you want to win the Open, you're gonna have to beat somebody you're not supposed to beat.
You have to beat somebody, right? Exactly right.
So like last night was a good starting point for that. So
that's awesome. That's good stuff, man. That's good stuff.
So yeah, man. I named this episode "Things Fall Apart," and I have many reasons. I was listening to the Roots, dog. I was listening to the Roots, old school album.
Yes,
that "Things Fall Apart" album.
Black Thought, yes, no, right.
So the title made me think about that as far as like things fall apart in the season. You got to put them back together. We got some things that we'll get into here in a second that I think apply to that too. But you threw me a curveball. I need to hear about these chicken wars. Go ahead.
We're gonna call it poultry wars right now because I mean, like so that we got some.
You got them chickens.
We got them chickens, and we got them ducks, and we got some turkeys, and we got all that other kind of stuff there, right? So, one real quick. Let me just go off here for a second because I was really angry. No, not angry. I'm always trying to make sense of this, and then I don't know. Just help me out with this, right? So.
All right.
So, I mean, this being Groundhog Day and all, shout out to the movie there too, because come on now, that movie funny.
That movie's legit.
Come on, bro. That's a classic right there too. We're not gonna get a
great movie.
But hey, so here's my thing. Here's my thing with Punxsutawney Phil and like all the all the shit that goes on with deciding what's gonna happen or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It never made sense to me. Let me tell you why it don't make sense. Okay, so if he sees his shadow.
Right.
Then we're getting more winter.
Right.
And if he doesn't see a shadow, then we get early spring.
Right.
No, it's not right. No, because it don't make no damn sense. Because no, like if I see my shadow,
right,
that would mean that the damn sun was out. Right? So how the hell is it still gonna be I mean, like how's it still gonna be winter then?
I don't know.
And then if you don't see the no. And then if you don't see the shadow, then now now we get the spring. It never like every year at this time, it just drives me crazy. Like it just because
look, I'm just gonna say I'm with you. Like I may not follow your logic, right? I'm not gonna. I may not have followed your logic, but here's my thing: Poultry Field is full of shit. Like,
right,
I don't want to hear what he got to say.
No,
matter of fact, he can't talk anyway.
So, right, right. Like, let's be honest, he ain't saying nothing out there. Yeah,
nah. They bring this. What is he? What is he?
Is he a beaver?
Is he a beaver? Is he a beaver? I think he might be a beaver.
I mean, I don't think he's a badger. I mean, because I wouldn't put no badger on my neck.
You can't do that.
I wouldn't put no badger on my shoulder right there neither. No,
you can't do that.
No. We ain't gonna do that.
So outside of the movie, I'm like, you know what? Poultry Field, he just like all these damn meteorologists we see on the news. They all be full of shit, bro. They be saying it's gonna be raining. Right. You know, like down here, we wasn't supposed to get rain till next week. Last night it was raining like a mug. Like I think they just be stealing money. Like if there was one sector, and I'm not about this whole fake news, look, don't get me started on that stuff, right?
Right.
But if there was a sector of the news that I would say is fake, it's them damn meteorologists, because they don't know what the hell they talking about. They just be saying shit and stealing money. So I'm with you. Right. You got problems with them, I'm with you, bro.
That's good. Okay, well, like as long as I got somebody who got problems, and that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and move on from that. I just know that I'm not a fan of any of that because it just to me it don't make sense here. And if
I ain't having no animal tell me that we're gonna have 6 more weeks of winter. I don't need that type of energy in my life.
Not gonna do it. No, not gonna do it. Now I'm excited that it's supposed to be early spring there, right? Because so I got no problem with that. My only problem is the logic behind it. Because to me, it just don't make no sense. Anyways, done with that one.
Okay.
So we got 3 turkeys that are over at the house right now, right?
Yeah.
So, but we really only gonna talk about the 2. So no, because it's fine because we only gonna talk about 2. So we got Pearl, right? So Pearl's the white one, and she's in like she's the Wait, what you laughing at? What?
I was gonna ask you how you
Hey, come on, don't be.
I was gonna ask you how you go about naming your damn turkey.
Hey, man, you gonna.
And then you said, Pearl, she the white.
I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying it's a white one.
I can't do it. All right, go ahead, man. My bad.
Okay, so Pearl, right? So Pearl kind of been through it this last year. Okay. Like Pearl had a couple of babies throughout the years or whatever. I mean, like throughout this last year that didn't make it, right? Didn't make it, whether or not that, they just if they got killed by one of the other chickens or whatever, because it'd be
about that life out there.
Oh man, it's crazy life out there, right? So it's either that or like maybe they done kind of escaped and got out underneath the gate and the coyotes got them or something or whatever. Like she done had a couple times where just didn't make it there, right? And then it was crazy there too because during this past year there was one of the chickens had a baby and then just stopped being the mom to it. It was crazy. Just stopped. It was like, nah, I ain't doing it. I ain't got no time for this. And so no, listen, bro, hold on. So stop. Just let me tell you first. So at the same time that was going on, Pearl finally hatched out another turkey, right? So it was kind of dope there for a little bit because you had this chicken that was following the turkey mom, thinking that was the mom plus the little turkey there, right? And I don't know if you know too much. Now listen, hold on. I don't know if you know too much about like chickens and turkey. Hey, but they start out cute and then they get to them ugly stages. Like the ugly duckling is a real thing, bro. Because like they get real. You just like. You don't. They just don't look good, right? So, anyways, so as this is going on, the whole time that the baby turkey is like growing up and stuff, we're thinking that it's going to be a girl there too. So we named it Ruby because it just makes sense. You got Pearl, then you got Ruby. You know what I mean? And unbeknownst to us at the time, and it kept growing up where the thing then turned into a male. We know that it was a male, so now we didn't change the name from Ruby to Rudy because because and Rudy kind of thugging. Okay. He kind of thugging, like just so and I think with the change of the season, it being a little bit warm or something like that, I think it's I don't know if it's mating season. I don't know, but there's some very inappropriate behavior that's kind of going on.
Hey, yo.
Just hold on. Whoa, no, I'm just like, I'm just gonna say they fight and there's just you got to come out to the farm. Tell you, bring the kids out to the farm this summer, and then you got to for real, you just got to come and sit, right? Anyway, hey, so I pull up today, like right, I pull up today after dropping the kids off at school, and Rudy and Pearl, I mean, they're going at it, like they're fighting, like I mean, it's just, and I don't know if you ever seen turkeys fight, but they just be pecking each other's head, like they pecking his head like hard, and I think that they're trying to take each other's eyes out because they don't fight fair, right? So you got Rudy that's pecking, and like Pearl won't just get away. Pearl won't dip. Pearl just staying there, right? And then a couple times Rudy then got her by the beak right here, and then like got the mouth and was like trying to rip the beak. And it was crazy. And so I got the car. I'm like, hey, quit. There, no, I'm trying to honk the horn. Like I'm just trying to break it up. This is just too much for me. I hadn't seen it.
Hey, hold up. You trying to break it up? You doing it from the front seat of your car?
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, no, of course. I'm not. Hey, I didn't say I'm getting out. No. I'm not getting out at all. I was, hey, yo, quit. No, that was it, right? So then for whatever reason, actually, you know what happened was I threw some misdirection. I had some chips that were in the car, so I broke the chips up. I started sprinkling stuff out there too, so they all start running and try to start eating, so I can just get them to kind of break up, right?
Yeah.
So then they kind of break up there for a second until the food was done getting, like being consumed, and then Pearl remembered that Rudy was on that BS. So then now Pearl turned around and now she's over there like on top of his head, like just being. I'm just, hey, it was crazy.
That
and then matter of fact,
dark,
and then and then so I sent you a video. I don't know if you saw it, but I sent you one that's on Instagram right before we started, because now they're just walking around in circle talking shit to each other. They're just walking around. No, don't look on your video. They just be walking around just in this circle, and they just like and they just talking mess. They just, no, for real. I sent it to your IG. I did. Like, and so yeah, no, that was the highlight of the morning there too. They're just walking back and forth, bro. Just like, and they just like, you better quit. You better quit.
Yeah.
No, and they just walking around and like they won't leave each other alone.
Oh,
and
man.
I don't know what to do with this.
So you don't even know what they're doing right now. One of them could be dead right now.
Oh no, I mean, like I know if I go outside right now, they fighting somewhere over something. So yeah, that's just So that's just what's, like what's going on. And then I sent you the picture earlier. We got the two big ass owls that are in the tree right there.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, boy. Ain't no owl gonna be looking at me down in no tree like that.
They're scary, bro. Like when they get big and when the wings come out and stuff.
Yeah.
And we got two of them. I think we got two that are like those, like the big horn owls or whatever. So they got them horns on top of them too. Them is not to be played with. They just at you and it's like, but then their head keep turning, so it's like The Exorcist, because that thing just keep going all the way around. It don't stop, man. Hey, it's too much. At nighttime, don't go outside if they're out there at nighttime.
Hell nah.
It's crazy. No, it's
bro. That's wild.
That's what happened this morning. So yeah, it was it was nuts. I just saw nothing but violence this morning. So it was not.
Like I said, man.
Yeah,
things fall apart. You bet.
Talking about things falling apart. That was it right there. Right.
You better stay inside. They gonna come for you. They be on your head.
Right.
Where that fool Garnett at? He ain't feeding us today. Like, ooh, boy, you better watch it.
Oh yeah, no, it's crazy out here though. No, just I mean, the next time, like later, I'll tell you about the Avon Barksdale Marlowe Stanfield war that we had with the Hawks and the Owls that would happen. No, but we gonna say that one for later. But that they was fighting over the terrace, bro. It was crazy. It was nuts. It was nuts. We're gonna talk about that later though.
And anybody out there that's watching and you didn't get that last reference, then you need to take your ass off of this podcast and go freaking find The Wire and watch it. Like,
watch season 1, 2, and 3 before the terrace went down, and then you know what we're talking about. Actually, really just 1 and 2, because they took the terrace down at the beginning of season 3.
Y'all need to get on game, man. Like,
right.
We can't have you in here watching us.
And then not
have no reference and no Wire reference. Like, nah, I can't do it. Like, y'all need to get right. Right.
Oh yeah, that was it.
So yeah, man, I was outside of what we got going on, and you got some dark stuff going on, bro. But I was like, watching college basketball this week, as I always do, and seeing some teams that like some staples that normally are good, but are struggling this year. And it just, again, it made me think about it. Like, yo, and we had talked about this early on, so I figured we just have a little segment talk about it. Want to get your thoughts on this NIL and the transfer portal, boy? Because there's some programs going through it right now, like, and they're two separate issues. They're two separate issues, right? So the NIL thing is, I believe, is a gift, like, especially for all the student athletes. Like, I think it's something that should have been happening a long time ago. And I know there's a lot of people out there like, oh, the kids get scholarships and they don't need all this money, and like, it's gonna ruin the game. Like, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear it. Like, it's long overdue. Mm-hmm. Now, is there problems with the structure of it?
Maybe. And that's debatable, and that's right. You can talk about that.
But even still, the problems that they're having with the structure are NCAA problems. Like, they didn't do their job in laying it out or rolling it out, however you want to call it. Mm-hmm. They screwed that up.
There was no slow roll. They just kind of just threw it out there.
They opened the floodgates.
And then everybody just kind of did however that they wanted to do with it. And that was just yeah.
So I don't have a problem with NIL. Like, if kids, to young people, student athletes at the college level, if they got people who want them to promote their business and they want to get paid for it, or however it comes out, bro, do your thing. Women, men, y'all get it done. Like, y'all deserve it, because Lord knows for the longest time the schools have been making money.
And that's what I was. Yeah, I was waiting for you to say that, because that's. I mean, this goes even back to when we played, even before that. And really, I mean, like, shout out to Ed O'Bannon, who really is the one that, like, started this whole thing, like, back in the day, like UCLA, like, you know what I mean, like, they were the ones. I mean, because I remember when I was younger, when they did when HBO Sports had that real big segment on it or whatever, and like he was the focal point about that, saying like, why are we not, why are the schools able to make money off of us, but then if we try to get anything, whether it's a couple dollars under the table because for signing some autographs or showing up at this event or doing this, then now all of a sudden, like, you're either suspending me, you're revoking scholarship, like the school, like the program gets punished, you know what I mean, like all that stuff. So that was a lot. Not to mention there too, like when we're talking about scholarships, just for those that are out there that either were on it or weren't on it, it wasn't like you was making a whole bunch of money like when you was on the scholarship, right? I mean, like they pay for your school, yes, but it was like what you got on a monthly basis to go to school, or like if you decided that you were going to stay off campus, which is what most people after our freshman year.
Yep.
Man, if you're not really, 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 really good at stretching out a very short amount of money, then there's going to be some tough times for you there too. So where it sounds like it's like, well, yeah, they're on scholarship, yeah, but not all the schools are the same. I just know that when my sister was at school over at ASU, what she got on her scholarship check monthly was like almost 2.5 times of what I was getting when I was at NAU.
That's cold world.
Oh, no, but I'm just saying it just like depends on the school. Like, you know what I mean?
It does. Right.
So like getting mad at the NIL stuff or whatever, it's just kind of like, yeah, but again, if the kid, just like you said, if they can, if some program or some, or a company wants to promote the kid and put some money in their pocket or do something like that, like, who are we to judge on that? Like, I mean, again, because the schools have been making money on these kids for so long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's, like you can see that there too, which again, gift side there too. Now, but some of the monies though that some of these people are making, like that's the part that's crazy. It's like you got kids now, which is very interesting. Think about this for a second. It used to be go to school, if you were, let's say that, like, let's just use basketball and let's just, let's just talk about 5-star kids or whatever, right? Yeah. Typically, if you were a 5-star kid, usually what did that mean? You're one and done, right? Calipari is like the architect of like all of that. He gets one, gets him to league, gets to league. And then you had other schools like your Dukes, like other ones that weren't like that, were traditional. We get kids, we get them 4 years, then they go to the league, like, that, to where they had to start recruiting one and done. Justin, so that way that they could keep continuing to, play and have some success at a high level there, right?
Right.
So at first it was one and done, but then now you got kids that are actually staying in school longer because of the money that they're going to be able to get, which is like, you wanted them to stay in school, so now you got it, but now you're mad that they're getting money for staying. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, so what side?
And then what really cracks me up is the people out there that be like, I hate the way college sports is going. I'm not going to watch. You full of shit.
Right.
You're actually part of the problem because you're probably one of those boosters because you want your school to win. Right. You over there dishing out that money.
You over there giving money. Exactly.
You giving that money out.
Right.
So I just like, don't you miss me with all that NIL doomsday crap. Like, yo, now NCAA needs to figure it out. Like,
now I think what is crazy or interesting is that the NIL stuff, it's going to start to trickle down even to lower levels. This is the part where, like, you know, I've had a conversation with like Lex about this before, where it's like, okay, you're starting to give money to kids that are in college there, right? Okay. Right. And so now you've made it okay to do that.
Yeah.
What's going to happen, like, when these kids are in high school and then now you're trying to, like, you know, you're trying to persuade them to someplace else? Or what if the kid is now a sophomore and he's not even a senior yet? Like, I just feel like that NIL stuff is just going to keep going down and down. And then not just that, like, there are some websites. I mean, this might have been a couple years ago there too. I'm not going to say any names or whatever, but there were a few websites where, like, I would go and take, and like, you've got dads that are trying to promote their kids at the young level, trying to hear NIL deals at like 3rd grade, 4th grade. Right. I'm like, that's crazy.
Dude, I'm going to say some names. This happened within the last year. Did you ever see the Instagram post about the kid they were calling Baby Gronk?
I think so.
This little kid is like, I think he was like 11.
Oh, and his dad was having him do all them crazy drills, right?
Dude,
that same way? Yeah.
And he's taking his kid all over the country to all these little camps, like the schools do camps and stuff. And then I remember he posted something. He went to I think he went to Alabama. No, it was Miami. He went to Miami's camp in the summer or something like that. And then he posted something about how his kid had an offer from Miami. Like, and it's all for clicks, bro. Like,
right.
And it's like, you messing your kid up, which is a problem. You know what I mean? Like, we all know that ain't real. Like, so, I mean, for most of us, we should know that's
sometimes for some people, the clicks is what it's about, and that part's
right. Because they're like, let me try to cash in now. Whether my kid pans out or not, we done made a killing.
I can cash in. Right, exactly. Right.
It's wild, man. It's wild.
That's nuts. And then it's like, you know, on like the NIL stuff there too, it's crazy because I think it was like right before the NIL stuff there, right before it started to get real big. Remember, there was that whole, like, people were like one way or another when it came to LeVar Ball.
Yeah.
Because how he was, like, you know, pushing his kids and how he was doing this, and you know, stuff that I would hear all the time is that like, oh, look at how he's doing. He's just exploiting his kids, or, you know, or like they'd have all these negative things to say about him. And I'm like, listen. Take the entertainment value from what he's doing out of the equation there just for a second, right? Take that out just for a second.
Right.
Here's a dad that is every single day in their son's life, pushing them, working them out, feeding them, doing all this kind of stuff. Right. Like, and they all had dreams that they wanted to get there, whether or not it was their dad's dream at the beginning or whatnot. I think at some point it became their dream or their reality there, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that part's right or wrong or whatever, you know, just, you know, because I don't think that he pushed them so much as he was just like, no, you guys can do this. And then he just kept building up their confidence to where it went from them thinking that they could do it to wishing that they could do it to now knowing that they could do it. And that, you know, and that's and then believing. And then it was like, once they like got there and stuff, and, you know, like they're like, you know, making, you know, like LaMelo, or was it? Yeah, no, which one was the first one? LaMelo, right? The one that's got all the knee injuries because
Lonzo.
Lonzo, right? Yeah.
Lonzo, yeah.
Like, so they had the shoes that they were selling, which again, a little bit crazy, like that you would sell something that much and, you know, all this kind of stuff, whatever. But it's like what they were doing is that they're really trying to like push the envelope.
Yeah, he was ahead of the curve.
Ahead of it, right? And so it's just like everything that's happening now or whatever, like you looking and you're like, I mean, what's going on is no different than what he was trying to do. everybody hated it then, but it's just kind of like, well, it's like not. And again, like I get it. Like a lot of stuff that he was doing was antics for the entertainment value to get people to watch and see what's going on.
And so, I was even annoyed as shit, man. You know what I mean?
I was annoyed about it, but in the bigger picture and the message, you're like, well, here's a dad that loves the shit out of his kids, and he's pushing like let's not take that away because the dad likes to run his mouth.
Absolutely.
Because the dad likes to talk a little shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's not be mad at the kids, or let's not judge the kids differently because his dad is, like is really just trying to just put him in a position to where he's going to get him out because what LaMelo, what I mean, like he went overseas and didn't even go to college. Played overseas in Australia. They eat like he's like owner of like one or two teams over there. Like he had different ideas and different visions. And stuff, whatever. He was just ahead of what's going on right now with this NIL stuff there.
And he really was no different than a lot of parents we see at youth tournaments now. Right. And I know there's some parents out there. He just, like you said, he just pushed the envelope. He saw things change it, and he was ahead of the curve. He got ahead of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He was ahead. Whether or not that you agree with him or disagree with him or whatever, like him or dislike him, he was ahead of it. And again, in like the bigger picture, I don't know. He had 3 kids that 2 of them went Division I, 2 of them made it to the pro. One, I mean, actually, all 3 made it. One of them is not playing as much as the other one. One's got a shoe. I mean,
they set for life. Family set for life.
Right. I'm just saying, like, can you call that a failure?
Right. Exactly.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I just, so I don't know. It just, that part was so all that's the gift part. Now the curse, which you're talking about,
this transfer
and it's so crazy because it's really like, and it's funny because I was actually having a conversation about this with Adrian Hayes. Shout out Hayes. I know he's listening to us all the time.
Hey.
We got to get Hayes out here on a show with us one time. And we were talking about the transfer portal stuff, and I can't remember all of the conversation that we were having. This was a couple, it might have been like last month, but we were talking about how kids are starting to like get recruited now. And it's almost where it's like, you almost got to take the first offer that comes. There's no more of this, like, I'm going to wait till signing day. I'm going to put these 5 hats that are going to be out there. And I'm going to go, because it's like, if you don't take it, they're going to somebody else. That's how fast it is going now. Right. So you almost have to just get in where you fit in, right? That's a two-show reference. Like you just, like you got to get in, and then from there, you just got to play.
Yeah.
I mean, like, which is crazy because it was never like that when we played, because you'd go to a school, if you transferred, you had to sit out that whole next year.
Right.
And then you couldn't play until after. So now with like the immediate being able to play as soon as, things don't go well, or you didn't like it, or no fit, or whatever that the reason was, you can get up and then go. And so I think that what that does is ultimately that puts a lot of pressure on coaches, though.
Oh man, you got to find the right dude.
Trying to recruit a kid, but instead of it's like, hey, like we want you to be a part of our family, like, and then like we want to grow you and you're going to be here with us. It's more like the coach is auditioning for the kid. Like everything gets turned because of the portal. Because it's like, you know what, I'll play 1 year, and it's just like, if I don't like what's going on, if I don't see the vision, if you're not going to use me this way, or just whatever that the reason is, and and some of it there too, I don't know, because we're not in it anymore. Like some of the kids there too, it might be kid that's like, you either went too high and wasn't ready for it, and so now you're dipping, or you went someplace and expected
you thrive,
right,
and now you up.
Right, exactly right. Or like you go to a smaller school, now you kill like, you know what? Like I'm gonna go someplace else. Like it's just once you get in, you can just move around like that now. And so it's so hard, even for programs to try to build programs now. Like it's
and that's my point. Like I'm sitting there watching, and I was Memphis, prime example, right? So Memphis 2 weeks ago was top 10 in the country. Top 10 in the country. And now they lost like 3 or 4 straight, and they may not make the tournament, right?
Now they're a bubble team.
Yeah. And it's crazy. It's like I said Memphis, Arkansas, Villanova. Like these are programs that have been staples, right? But these are the examples of this season where they have taken transfers, right? Taking transfers, giving NIL money, all that stuff, it all comes together, right? But when you have that many transfers, you have no chemistry. You have
right. No, you don't.
Right.
You don't.
And so now you're seeing these teams that, maybe would you say they missed on the recruiting? No, because they got good players, but they misinterpreted or they miscalculated what it was going to take to build an actual team and have these guys playing on the same page. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's the crazy part, because it's just like, man, these teams are struggling. Like,
right. And it's just like you can't just keep. I mean, like like you're gonna pay the money to get the kids or whatever. Like you get that part. That's just kind of how it goes. But also there too. You can't have. I don't know. Maybe you can. Maybe you can't. You can't have 15 alphas that are on the team that all are ball dominant. That all what you can't. You gotta have glue guys. Right. You gotta have guys that keep everything together. Like that don't care about scoring. That don't like care about whether or not that rebound, that run hard, that play solid defense, do that. Like you have to have those. And I think that, again, like when you're trying to put these teams together, I think that the emphasis is like a lot of like, well, let's just put a lot of firepower out there and then like just build teams. That's not always the case.
No.
If you play against teams that, again, like now it's like it's crazy because it's we're not even talking so much about seniors anymore. Like, like you'll have a few here or there, but you rarely hear about seniors anymore. I mean, it's like, like your sophomores and your like juniors are like your upperclassmen now.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so in some places there too, there's just not, there's not as much culture because there's no time.
No cohesion, no culture.
Yeah, there's no time to build the culture. Like they come in 1 year, it's just like after the season, you got to sit down with them at how you got those exit meetings or whatever after every year. Sit down, coach, talk about like what went good, what went bad this year. Then the coach gives you, hey, this is what I want you to work on. You get a chance to get some feedback, like provide some stuff. It's like at the end of the years now. Everything's an interview, and like now it's like the coach is like re-auditioning.
You re-recruit the kid. Yeah, you're trying to get him to stay.
Right. It's just and like that's the crazy part because like you just see them and they just keep bouncing around now, and so and then I think that Gino REM, I think he had something where he was talking about the other day, and he was just kind of basically saying like the gist of what he was saying is that there's no loyalty in the players anymore because they can just get up and go when things get hard and this is this. Now, I hear what he's saying, but on the other side, let me just play devil's advocate for a second. What about the coach that stays? What about the coach that stays and then it's like they go, now you finally get yourself to the tournament.
Right.
Okay, and then now you dip.
You get a bigger job.
Where's the loyalty at? Because now you recruited all these kids, you're going someplace to go make some more money. You're gonna get a better TV deal. You're gonna get a car at the dealership. You're gonna get your own, a radio show and stuff. Like you get all these perks. Right. And nobody's ever questioned about the coach's loyalty. Nah. But now, you know what I mean? But now it's when it's flipped, all of a sudden it's just like, oh, the players got no loyalty. I'm like, man. It's almost like, and it was like I was reading some of the comments there too, because again, like I think about Gino Auriemma. You think about Nick Saban, who's now retired, and like you're wondering if like some of these older coaches that have been here for a while, when you didn't have the NIL,
this is a lot for them.
It's not. We aren't in Kansas anymore with those guys.
Nah.
Right, you know what I mean? It's different. Like so it takes a different kind of energy to have to recruit a kid that's already been there and trying to get them, convince them that, hey, no, this is the place that you got to, go. And then now they're looking for assurances, which is crazy. Again, when a coach leaves and when he goes to interview, what are they looking for? They're looking for assurances. I don't want a 2-year. I want a 6-year. I want this much. I need, you know what I mean? Everybody's looking for those assurances, except for now there's way more players than there are coaches. So I think that's where the whole, thing is. And so, I hear what Gino's saying, but on the other side, it's like, but you know what I mean? Like you can't, it's
a thing, man. It's fascinating. So it's, with a kid is going through the whole process too, like the whole recruiting side, like you mentioned, like it's the whole thing, man. And it's just like just watching it happen and evolve. And then I think even now, I don't say all coaches, but I think a lot of coaches at the college level are starting to. They're like, yo, we gotta rethink how we're doing this because to their point, I understand why you would want to go and get a kid that's played 2-3 years of college,
Absolutely.
right, as opposed to a high school senior. I get it, I understand it, but now you're starting to see these programs where it's not actually working out. Like, so maybe you got to like balance it out where you recruit a couple more high school kids and then you go fill a need with a transfer as opposed to like, I'm gonna take the 4 or 5 best transfers and maybe get one high school kid. That may not work because we've seen evidence that when you have that many transfers, it just don't work out.
It doesn't always go that way right there too. Yeah. And then it's like I feel bad for the seniors, just like you're talking about there too, because again, like and again, you know, like my son is only 12, so we're not even anywhere near when it comes to any of that stuff or whatever. Like you know, you can probably educate me a lot more on the recruiting process and all this stuff right now because we're just so far removed from it right now. But I feel so bad for the seniors there because it's like you'll have, you know, coaches are gonna, you know, like they'll go to tournaments and they'll do all this stuff, but it's like really what they're waiting for is they're waiting for when the season ends, how many kids went to the portal and who went to the portal, and they're looking at the portal first to see what they can go grab already, right? Then it's like, well, okay, now we can recruit. So again, with the seniors, like I feel so bad for them for like the last couple of years, and this is all because of COVID, the fifth, all that kind of stuff, which I think it's going to even out maybe in like the next like year or so.
It should,
but it's just, but like these ones right now, they're in such a tough spot. You know, you unless you're like the Gatorade Player of the Year.
Yeah, if you're a 5-star, then you ain't got to worry about it.
You're like a McDonald's All-American or something like that. Like those are the guys, you know, and then like you got your other ones that's just like, man, like where are these guys going to go? Because they can play. You know, they're not getting recruited because now you're like, you know, you're looking at the conference and the lay of the land. It's like, oh shit, they didn't win. They got a couple of recruits here. They didn't win, got some transfer portals here. And so now you're trying to keep up with those ones.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Because again, the coach got to keep their job. Got to win games. And so now it's like, well, do we go after the senior that hasn't had any college playing experience? Or do we go with a guy that played mid-level last year, but he played college? He get like, you know what I mean? There's so many, it's such a balancing act. And you know,
many variables. So,
I mean, seniors just out there, just keep working.
Keep working.
Just stay patient and keep believing in yourself. Like this is kind of one of those times where I don't know what the answer is for them. I just feel for them. You know what I mean? Because there's so much uncertainty about it with the portal and all that kind of stuff. And even now, I think that they just passed it to where I think that they were going to only allow it to where you can only do one. It's
a damn free for all now.
And then they overturned that.
Yeah.
Now you can, you know, so it's just like, but again, like you said, NCAA did not, I don't know if they looked at it in the bigger picture and realized how many people were really going to be doing, you know,
they can't win. I don't know how they're gonna get that genie back in the bottle.
I don't think so. No.
It is what it's gonna be.
The cat out the bag. It's just a whole new. It's like a whole new universe now when it comes to not even basketball, but just college, for collegiate sports in general.
Every sport.
Different than what it was. Even I mean, we were in school 20 years ago, which is crazy. But it's I mean so much. And you're just like, man, like I got no answer, but just stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Like that's my only. That's
put your head down and work.
Yeah, keep working and keep believing. Like somebody gonna see you if you're doing the right things. You know what I mean? And just
you'll get your shot.
Take that first. Take one of those first early offers. Get out there and show that you can do it. If you're not happy where you're at, you can go now.
Yeah.
I mean, just everybody doing it now, so it's like you don't got to feel so bad for somewhere, and then now I like, you know what I mean? Like it's just crazy. It's just crazy about how it is now. It's just it's different.
All right, man. It's that time.
Let's go. I gotta be better this week. I gotta be better this week. That's all I'm saying.
It's time, man. It's time for the weekend pick. What'd you say? You said what?
The train is coming back. The train's coming back. I can get back on. I'm trying to.
Yeah. I hope that mother don't run your ass over, boy. Don't run your ass over. All right. Man, I had this all. See, I swear, man.
You always with the.
I'll be trying. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
I wanted to put the thing down there so everybody can see where we're at. You know.
Oh man, you 2020 though. I like that. That's good vision.
All right. Here we go. Game 1, man. This is one of the best weekends of college basketball.
Okay.
And there's some phenomenal games. So, like, guys, turn on the TV this weekend, get your quad box, watch 4 games you want.
Right.
You can't miss. All right, first game. Texas, 14-7, 3-5 in the Big 12 at TCU.
Ooh, Jamie Dixon, NAU guy.
Hey, JD! Shout out to JD. Yo. Yeah.
Just because of that connection, but like Dixon, no, even when he was at Pitt, I always loved how hard that he got his guys to play on the defensive end and rebound. That was the person and then it's like he'd always find like 1 or 2 guys that could really score and do some things for him or whatever. And they were always just tough. And it's like, not that I'm not a not Texas fan, but Jamie Dixon and TCU, I'm gonna go TCU. Anyway, you said it's at TCU?
At TCU.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go TCU. I'm going TCU on this one.
Ooh, man. So obviously I got some ground to make up. I got that 2020 vision, but I'm still behind. You know what I mean? Texas has been playing well lately.
They have.
But I'm not picking Texas for 2 reasons. 1, I don't trust them, and 2, I'm so sick of you Texas people, man. I'm just gonna keep doing this. You can grab me all you want, man. Horns down. I'm going with TCU. I'm going with my boy Jamie Dixon.
Horn frogs. We're gonna do it right here. Yeah, we're good.
We taking this thing to a new level with these. Oh man. All right, we're gonna move on. Game 2. This game is gonna be good. Houston, 19-2, 6-2 in the Big 12 at Kansas, 17-4. Now I'm gonna tell you this. This is what I'm gonna tell you before you make this pick, okay? Because this is relevant information, and I'm not trying to sway you, okay? Mm-hmm. Do you know what Ken Palm is?
Like it measures the metrics or something like that. Okay.
So just so you're aware, Ken Palm has Houston as the number 1 rated team in the country. They've been that way for a while.
Houston is good.
They defend like
they guard. Oh my God, they guard. You want a master class on guarding? Watch any Houston game.
That is scary.
I don't care, even in games that they lose. Watch how they guard. Like guys are always talking. They're always active. Their hands are always active.
Everywhere.
I mean, everywhere. Yeah. No, it's just it's you have to be super disciplined in your offensive approach to them, and then even still with that, you got to know that pressure is coming.
It's coming.
That pressure's coming, and those guards lock up. They all lock. So just. But they at Kansas though.
But they at Kansas. That's the thing.
Kansas though. It's just
rock chalk.
I will say I was wrong a couple weeks ago when I picked Oklahoma over Kansas. I was wrong on that. But I don't think I'm gonna be wrong on this one. I'm gonna go Houston. H-Town, stand up. Like, I mean, come on. I'm picking upset. And I mean, is it really an upset though? It's an upset though. I mean, Houston, like, they can. I'm going Houston. I know you want to go Kansas, but I'm just going.
Man, that's it's
gonna be a good game.
Hey man, I could have swore you wasn't gonna make that mistake again. I figured you was gonna pick KU at home, which was gonna give me the reason to take this upset.
Right.
Because I really wanted to.
Really wanted me to, so I done beat you to it.
But yeah, now that you done picked Texas,
you set up with some Jedi.
Again, look, I have no fault with you making this pick. Like I can't even say anything.
But
I'm on the other side.
You gotta go. Yeah, right.
So I'm going KU at home, and like I'm just hoping that weird stuff that happens in Fog Island happens, and they pull out a 1-point victory. That's all I want.
Right. Yeah, it don't care how you win. Just give me the dub.
Yeah, but that's gonna be a
game. Just give me the dub, so that way I can just right.
All right.
It's going to be a defensive battle, though. Let me tell you that right now. It's going to be defensive battle.
And this is my problem with Kansas, though, right? And shout out to Windler. Windler's a KU guy. He always talks about, and I'm like, they suck, whatever. they only got like 4 guys, man. Like I need them. They need to develop a bench. Or
no, they do. Right. They're not as deep as they've been in, like past years.
No.
Where they've been able to kind of go, but one thing about Kansas though too, they always make second half adjustments. They're probably one of the better teams in the nation that makes adjustments in the second half there too. And so
Bill Self he's about as good as they come.
Oh no, especially when it comes to adjustment, it's going to be a great chess match. Let me tell you that right now. It's going to be a great chess match. Yeah, for sure.
All right. Game three. Tennessee traveling. Tennessee's 15-5, 5-2 in the SEC. Traveling to Kentucky, 15-5, 5-3 in the SEC.
That SEC game is always good. I don't care if you play it at Tennessee or at Kentucky. Yeah. That one's always a battle. Ooh.
And Kentucky Kentucky coming off a loss the other night.
They lose to
Florida. It was up 3, and they didn't foul, which we can get into another day. Fouling up 3 They didn't foul. Florida hit a 3, went to overtime, they lost. So are they going to lose back-to-back games at home?
Kentucky, like the one thing, the one thing that you always is kind of an X factor, like an unknown, like you don't know which way to go, is that Kentucky's team every year is just so young.
Yeah.
So you don't what I mean? Again, you're talking, like when we talked culture before and having upperclassmen and things like that have been kind of battle tested and stuff. You're getting a lot of these kids that, play, like last year, they're, last year they're playing AAU and they're playing, and it's doing high school. And now you're here playing at super high level at home. And I don't know. Sometimes I think it does come down to some type of veteran, like leadership and things. And Tennessee definitely has more vets than Kentucky. But it's a road game, and Kentucky, that's tough. You said that they lost at home against Florida?
Yeah.
So that would be 2 games in a row that they're going to lose right there, too. I'm going to go Tennessee. Picking some young. Road Warriors.
Oh, man. Hey, yeah, man. Hey, first of all, you know how they call Kentucky? They call them the fan base BBN. You know what that means?
BBN.
Yeah.
I mean, I got some. No, I'm not gonna say what I think it is.
Hey, look, I'm not a Kentucky fan, and I'm all about making fun of everybody's fan base right now. Okay.
Right. Absolutely.
So big BBN is supposed to stand for Big Blue Nation.
Okay, that's not what I was gonna say, but go ahead.
I was gonna say Big Booty Nation. I'm sorry, bro. But with that being said, I'm gonna go with the youngsters because here's the thing: Kentucky lost at home the other day, but they did have 2 players out. So they didn't have DJ Wagner and they didn't have Justin Edwards.
Oh, what's his name? What's his name's son? That's DeJuan Wagner's son, isn't it?
Yeah.
When they played in Kentucky when we were in school.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Well, he went to Memphis. He was at Memphis.
Oh, that's right. Well, anyway, yeah, but he still played for Calipari though.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I don't know if I haven't heard if they're playing or not, but I get the sneaky feeling, given the fact that they lost the game, that at least one of them is coming back.
Right.
So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Kentucky not gonna lose 2 games in a row.
Okay.
So I'm going with Kentucky.
Okay.
All right. Game 4. The big dog of the weekend.
Uh-oh.
The rivalry of all rivalries.
Is it Duke, North Carolina?
Duke at Carolina.
Woo!
Duke at Carolina. I was supposed to wear my Carolina sweatshirt today, but I didn't.
Where's it at? Is it at Cameron Indoor?
No, it's at the Dean Smith Center.
Okay. That always makes it
Yeah.
Hey, over the years, dog, there have been so many great Duke, North Carolina. I mean, like, shit, man. I mean, you can go back to when Capel hit that running 3-pointer, like to tie it or whatever to put him up, when Stackhouse and Vince Carter went over to Duke and they was dunking. I mean, there's so many. Like, I mean, you can pick any. I mean, when Austin Rivers went ham on the boys at North Carolina. I mean, there was so many Duke, North Carolina. It's just like it's so. And then I don't know if it was last year or if it was the year before. I think that the record is almost identical as far as like
pretty close.
It's like at a 1 or 2 point or whatever.
Yep. There was that year 2 years ago when we went into the what do they call it? What does dude play at? What's it called?
Cameron Indoor.
My bad. I don't even care what it's called.
Right.
And we beat them on Coach K's last home game.
That's right.
Yeah, that felt real good. And then all you dookies out there, we came back and beat y'all in the Final Four. Yeah, that's right.
That's right. That was.
I ain't gonna lie. When they beat them in the Final Four, I cried. Man. I had tears in my eyes. Boy, I was so happy. I said, Coach K, you can retire now. G, we got this. Get your ass out of here.
That's funny. No, wait. Was that the year that they went to the championship?
Yeah.
They had a Baycott, and then they had Caleb Rose, right?
Yeah.
Who did they lose to?
Kansas.
That's right.
Don't bring that up, man. Don't bring.
No. I couldn't remember. That's all because that was Paolo's first year at Duke, right? I think he was, and then he left after that. Paolo was one of Coach K's last guys. It's at NC. I'm gonna go NC just because those are one of the two teams I haven't seen play a whole lot this year, but I know that you're an NC guy. I'm gonna go and ride. I'm just gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna go with Tar Heel Nation with this one.
Word. You know where I'm going.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Duke can kiss my ass, boy. That's it. Carolina all the way. Sure.
Right.
Dude. All right. Last game. It's our Big Sky game of the week. We traveling to Big Sky country.
Oh, we going to Montana.
So it's actually the last 3 weeks is the only game that seems like it means something.
Okay.
So we got to go with Eastern Washington again, traveling to Montana.
Are they playing at Mizzou or are they playing Bozeman? Where they at?
It's in Bozeman. No, I'm sorry, in Missoula.
Right.
In Missoula. Okay. So Eastern Washington 7-1 in the conference. Montana is 6-3. So it's a big game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Montana is always such a tough place to play at, though.
Yeah.
You know that from being, there, and we had battles. I'm trying to remember. I think in my 4 years that I was there, we lost 2, and then I think we won 2. One of them we won in overtime. They said I fouled this dude at the end, and I ain't foul him, but they said I fouled. But then he missed both free throws. So then the game went.
You got bailed out.
I got bailed. No, it was crazy. Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, no, yeah. It was. Trying to think. Montana's such a hard place to play at. And Eastern, I've seen them play a couple times this year, and they play hard. They got this kid. I can't remember what his name is. We actually played against him a couple of years ago when he was still in high school. He played for Friends of Hoop, which is a really good AAU program that's out in Seattle. We used to see him in Salem and in like Seattle and almost everywhere. He was like a man amongst boys. I can't remember. I can't remember his number, but he's the guy that wears the goggles out there. Super athletic, goes to the basket hard. He does some things. He makes himself a problem out there because he plays so hard. And I would never want to go with Eastern, but shit, I'd never want to go with Montana, to be honest with you. Like, the game could end in a draw, and I'd be happy. Like, it just be one of those. You know what? I've been kind of going on the road with these ones, except for NC and except for TCU. Let's go with the Eagles. I'm gonna go with the Eagles. Closer to home.
That's crazy.
What? You going for Montana?
That's crazy.
The only good thing about Montana is the depot, the steakhouse that's over there.
The depot.
Hey, them steaks, bro, was like this big. Hey, that place was.
That place was it.
That place was. Yeah, that's right there for sure.
I can't do it, man. I just can't do it. I can't root for Eagles teams, bro.
I don't want to root for the Grizz. I told you, either of them. Like, it's if the game went technical difficulty, it was like, oh, we can't play it, and I'd be like, oh, that's okay. Like, we can just wait till the next one.
Yeah, nah.
I see you looking at it there too angry.
I just can't do it. I ain't got it, man. I ain't got it.
I
ain't got it in me. So I'm going with Montana. I think Montana looks like they're getting their act together.
Mm-hmm.
it's a this is gonna get them closer to the top of the Big Sky.
Right,
so I'm gonna pick Montana, and they better come through for me because like they gonna be on my damn 86 list if they lose this game too. It'll be them and Eastern Washington. I'll never pick again. I don't care what.
No more of them for games of the week. It's just like give me somebody else. Give me Portland State. Give me Sac.
Yeah,
give me Idaho State.
Dude, like, this like literally. I looked at the schedule and I was like, man. God, these games are ugly. Let me pick this one game. Like, y'all need to do better, Big Sky. Do better. Like, all of y'all. Y'all need to get your shit together. So, yeah, man. Well, cool. Great episode, man. Glad we got to catch up.
Yes, sir.
I hope your chicken wars, your poultry wars work out.
It's gonna be good. We're gonna have to do something about it. I don't know. We got different corners.
Make sure you send me a text in the morning to make sure you're still alive.
Come after me. They try to band against me at nighttime and start knocking on the door and doing crazy shit. Yeah, no, I got you. Hey, but take a look at that video though. Like I'm telling you, like you need to take a look. You're gonna see them. They just circling, eye to eye, just like walking around. And just one is like, hey, you flinch, I'm gonna knock your ass out. Like they just no, that's how it is. It's crazy out here, bro. I'm telling you, you just come and bring the fam out here one time in the summertime, dog. Just for a weekend. Just come and check it out. Just come.
Oh my gosh. Oh, before we go, we checking out. You got what's your song of the week?
Oh, okay. Yes.
Come on.
Okay, we gonna
go. I got mine.
Because so last week, like you picked Lost Boys and you had me going back, and you was just I was in my zone there for a minute there too. So I don't know if you remember this, right? There was this rapper, his name was Gmo. Do you remember Gmo?
Gmo?
Mm-hmm. You don't remember Gmo? Okay, anyway, so this must be shout out to my Winslow piece because there was one summer, I think it had to be my 6th grade going into 7th grade year, I think is what it was. So shout out Billy Barton and Nick Ariano and Big Ken and Bo and all those guys out there that I used to hang out with, that they were a lot older than me. I don't know what I was doing hanging out with them, but I thought I was cool, right? So, and we used to ride around, and there was 3 songs that we used to bump all the time. It was DJ Quick, Dollars and Cents, which I'm not going to put that one on there right now.
Can't do that. That's a banger, though.
No, that's a banger.
West Coast stuff. Don't be talking about. Nobody better say nothing bad about DJ Quick.
No, you can't. You know a DJ Quick beat when you hear it though, too. Even now, you're like, that's. Wait, what was that? That was Quick. Where's that? Yeah, that's Quick. There's that one, Above the Law, Black Superman, which I'm not gonna put that one on there too, but that one went so hard there too. Like it just that beat on that and just the. Yeah. But Gmo, I'm telling you, I'm putting it on there. You got to go take a listen to it. Because he only had one album. He only had one album, and he just the chorus, the hook was the one that kind of got you because you just you just got, you know what I mean? It just kind of got you into it. So I'm gonna pick Gmo. It's an everyday thing to roll. It's an old school song. It's an old school song. You might not like it, but that's what we used to get down on. So I'm gonna put that on there. So what you got?
We're going to chalk that up to being a Winslow fan. Gmo, okay?
No, Gmo, that's it. Come on.
All right.
Get money, get Mo. That's Gmo. That's it.
Okay. Well, like I said, I was listening to The Roots all week. So I'm going with The Roots from the album Things Fall Apart. The song is called Double Trouble.
Double Trouble.
Banger.
Double Trouble by The Roots. Okay, no,
yes, sir.
On there. Double Trouble by The Roots. Okay, this is this list is starting to it's been this is good. It's got all it's got some of the old and some of the new. I just know I like it. It's been really taking me back. I'm like, oh man, what else I used to listen to? And then I pop something, I'm like, shit, that was the other one. Okay, no, let me go and give you one more just because. Okay. So on Notorious Big's album, B.I.G., this one right here doesn't get talked about as much because he had so many other ones. It was on Life or Death. It was on that double disc. And it was what was it? It was Missing You. The one that had him and 112.
Bruh. No. Listen now. What are we doing? Are you seriously trying to put a track on there that has Puffy on it? I can't. No.
No, not that one. Not that one. No, not I'll be missing you. No,
Okay.
no.
He's about to have a real problem.
He's not even a rapper. Get out of here with that. No, hell no. I'm telling you, like, no, missing you.
Missing you. All right, put it on there. Put it on there.
I'm gonna put, yeah.
I have to refresh my memory.
No, as soon as I put it on, you're gonna be like, oh, wait a minute, because 112 coming in there with that. You know, 112 back in the day, bro. They used to sing.
Yeah.
They used to sing, bro. That was them. So
they used to sing. You don't do that.
No, I didn't, but they did. It just no.
All right, my guy. All right, that's. Please don't ever sing again.
I mean, listen, just you saw the video that I sent you about what I feel like that I'm like when I'm in the club that I know I'm not. That's kind of me on the singing level there too. That's. Oh no, wait, the song's not called Missing You, it's called Miss You. That's different. So whatever. I just left out a couple letters or whatever. So that was it. No, but I'm telling you, watch, listen to it, and you're gonna be like, oh, it's right after Notorious Thugs. Everybody knows Notorious Thugs.
Yes.
Everybody know that one there too, but it just, and but it was like right after, and it was just so different. It was like because Notorious Thugs was just so hard. It hit. Bone came in there. It was so crazy. And then this one's a little bit on like the softer side, but like the beat go hard, and the story that he tell. Oh yeah, it's just it's there's a whole bunch of good stuff in there. So yeah.
All right. Well, hey, y'all out there, go to Spotify. Obviously, you're gonna be going there to listen to the pod, or you watch it here. But you go to Spotify and you look up Hardwood Knuckleheads, and you'll find our music too. We got a little playlist that y'all can bump in your cars when you're at the house cleaning up. If you need something to listen to before you yell at your kids, I don't know.
Absolutely right. Just whatever it is, just use it. Use that one first.
Just do that. Cool. All right, man. Well, we out. I will. Monday. Enjoy the week in the hoops. Everybody out there, peace.
Go ahead. 2-3 this time.